Well, this past week I've had some really lovely days driving to work, looking through the window, thinking to myself, talking to myself. And then I've had some not so pretty days. And when it's an hour each way, I'm white knuckled by the time I get home. So I'm very, very pleased it's the weekend. So I just finished a wee lunch for Bruce and I, making use of some of those frozen homegrown vegetables of mine. And now a cup of tea. I'll clean up later. I want to look at my seeds that arrived. I picked up my mail on Friday. Seeds are arriving. It's always a fun time. And a weird time. I don't know about you, but no matter year after year you get your seeds. And I even try to be cool. Put them on the table for a while. But eventually when I pick them up, I go through them. But you'd think I was reading a novel, a beautiful novel. Because I go through them and I'm envisioning where I'm going to put them, what I need, do I have enough, do I have space? It's always a question. But it's so funny, and I can go through them and through them and through them. Hopefully I'm not alone in that. Bruce, I'm sure, can walk by me and think I'm sniffing glue, I'm sure. Anyway, I received some in the mail, and so it's moving into that stage. I am not ready to plant here in my zone. It's still a long way off. But I did start my leeks because there's a reason why I started this. February 2nd, I think it was, I started my leeks because the first year in this new, moving to this province, I planted the leeks pretty much what the package says. So for my area, I started them in March and they were only pencil thin. It wasn't enough time. So then last year I started them mid-January. And my leeks, I was pleased with them. You know, again, due to my 2-month really season, they did as well as they could. I was very pleased, but they were, I don't know, just dragged on. I had to care for them for so long, I think it's the problem. So I went 2 weeks ahead and I started on February 2nd. Other than that, I'll be starting the usuals. Maybe the 1st of March, that's my Brussels sprouts, some onions, and celery. And everything else I'm going to try my best to plant outside this year. It's just not worth it for me to harden off because I can't harden off with wind. You can't fight the wind. I mean, it's only, today it's minus 28 to minus 30 wind chills. It's a little chilly out there. But even though the wind right now is, I think, going up to 60 kilometers, that's not crazy for us by any means, but it is for little wee plants that I'm trying to harden off, so that doesn't work. So I showed you some of the seeds I got in the clips there. One of them is from a local company, the seed company by E.W. Gaze. It's almost 100 years old, I think. Company, 95 years, I think I read. And they started, they were the only ones of its kind in Newfoundland. So these folks know their short season, cold weather, vegetables and flowers, etc. And they know it well. The prices are great too. So it's a good local outlet I love to support. So I picked onion seeds Never grown onions from seed before, so I'm going to try that. Don't know where I'm putting all these, but I'm going to do it. Much of these are replacements, so different varieties, but still replacements. So I needed some cabbage, got my cabbage. I really do try to make this as affordable or less costly as possible. And reuse saved seeds, of course, seeds that were left over from last year. I have lots and lots, so I didn't order a whole lot. Beets, I needed some more. Calendula, I needed some more. Spinach didn't do well for me last year. We went from a harsh winter to summer, and it just didn't do well. But we love our spinach, so I'm going to try that again. I'm going to try corn. Crazy. Don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. The wind. I can't even imagine. Celery I was out of last year. I tried from Baker Creek, the pink Chinese celery. And it was excellent, grew excellent. It's just it's a much more, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it. It's very, it's not as cultivated, let's say, as for a good eating celery, but it was great for cooking, great for freezing actually. Froze wonderful. So I'm growing that again, but I'm also going to grow regular celery, some fennel, and my Windsor beans, broad beans, of course. I did buy an extra pack from them. By the way, this company was amazing, and I received it, my goodness, I'd say in a day. Well, it's close to me, but there was an issue. I wanted the larger size, and great customer service. So that came very fast. So that's my Gaze seed, or the seed company, I should say. Now, a new company that I'm trying is called Seeds Now. And the reason I went to these folks, it is time this year for me to do something I've wanted to do for about 4 years. Since coming to this climate, I did a lot of research. Specifically, I love the book, The All Year Gardener by Nikki Jabor. I use it, it's like my gardening Bible for this climate. And she and a few others that I follow in the same regions, Atlantic, Canada. And actually there's the OIR Frugal Gardening also. He's in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He has the same Zone 5, and he speaks highly of these things also. So when you're trying to go for year-round gardening, as I ultimately want to, or at least push the boundaries, I have to push the boundaries, or it's not sustainable enough. I need more food, and I want more variety. But some of the varieties that they swear by, those that I'm just mentioning, is corn salad. I've got a French and a Dutch or Mosh, and that will grow. I'm going to start it off in the spring, see how it does, and I'll explain where I'm going to put that. And then I'm going to put them in my cold frames so that they can grow through the winter. Another one that loves the winter is Mizuna. So I've got Mizuna. Now this company, these are what they call sample packs. They're 99 cents. But for example, here's 200 seeds in this for 99 cents. And though I was going to buy Canadian for this, the place that I could find them, the only place, they were $5. So I'm very pleased. Great customer service on this one too. Came very fast. They wrote a lovely note by hand. Happy planting, Greta. I thought that was so cute. Got a discount card for a future purchase, and they gave a little sample for some tomato seeds. So very pleased. Haven't grown any of these, but really pleased. I love the little packets. These are all, I know it's plastic, but they're all reusable. So the plants that I'm talking about right now, the corn salad, the purslane, the mustard, what else did I get for that? I've also got some all-year lettuce that I'm going to do, but they self-seed and pretty much become perennials because they self-seed. I have lovage, which is a perennial. I don't know where I'm going to put that plant because I can grow quite big, but I've always wanted it, so I'm going to do that too, and I found it on this site. So I found some things that I couldn't find elsewhere. They are heirloom seeds. Quite excited to start these, and that's good because I was feeling a little excited. growing this year. I don't know why. It's been a harsh winter here, so I think just wasn't into it yet. But I'm getting there again, and I really want to push the seasons with this. They say that, you know, somebody who's trying to go for in the snowy climates all year gardening, you can't live without some of these, so I'm quite pleased. The other one that I want is Clitonia. I thought I'd ordered it and I forgot it, but I can get it from this company also. I will put links below to these two seed companies, by the way, so please check them out. Now what I'm going to do here I have a bed at the back of my house that my husband kindly built out of rocks for me, and nothing grows there. Do we all have that one spot where nothing grows? I know why. It's the wind. You might think that the wind comes from the ocean here at our place. It doesn't. It comes from down the hills and the cliffs from behind us. And unfortunately, this bed is positioned there to get the full brunt of the wind. And the first year here, 2018, I tried a polyculture of hardy vegetables, from radishes to kales to lettuces. Pardon me. And they all grew, but they didn't do well. I made sure I watered them because I knew the wind would suck away the moisture, but they were all stunted and it just didn't do well. And then last year I tried a whole bunch of other ideas, and they really didn't amount to anything at all either. So this year I'm going to try some of these because they're borderline, you know, your mosh and your purslane is the other one. Did I mention that one? They're close to, and love it. They're like ones, if not weeds, they're one step up from weeds. So I think that they should be very hardy. I'll see how that goes, but if not, I'll find some other places for these two because I'm very excited to have these year-round growing. I also got the wee, this was something hard for me to find too, is the tiny pickling onions from Marie Curry. I had a moment where it was ding, you know, why haven't I love pickled onions. I don't like the sweet pickle, but I like the anything that's not a sweet pickle. And I'm very excited to grow those. So I'm starting to get, the excitement's starting to build now. And I hope you're getting yours out and maybe not as crazy as I am reviewing them like you've got some, I don't know what I do. I'm a little nuts. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, and I actually, I have more. Some lovely company too, but I won't get on with that. Just go see and read up on some of the ones that I'm not as familiar with growing, like the corn salad, the purslane, and Mizuna. You can't kill. Mizuna grows in the snow. If I could find something to cover that, so big hopes for some of these. Can't wait.